This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
Parties, of course, meeting for the first time in court today. It was about a 90-minute hearing.
In a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
In Hollywood, even the most brilliant careers can crumble in the blink of an eye, and that's precisely what appears to be unfolding right now for Blake Lively, a celebrity adored for her legendary performances, flawless red carpet moments, and seemingly enchanted existence. In a stunning turn, she endured a crushing loss in court against fellow star and filmmaker Justin Baldoni. For months, they've been entangled in fierce legal battles. Her enormous $250 million lawsuit against him, his colossal $400 million counterclaim against her, and now everything has been flipped upside down by a lone hearing today. We're diving deep into the saga to reveal exactly what transpired inside that courtroom.
That we found out that Blake Lively's team, according to her attorney, is actually planning to file an amended complaint in their lawsuit against Justin Baldoni and others. According to her attorney, Michael Gottlieb, that is going to include new claims from Blake Lively, and they're going to be bringing this lawsuit against new defendants.
Why Blake's legal crew might be in absolute chaos mode, and how this could signal the start of the decline for one of Hollywood's most celebrated power duos. Brace yourself, because what you're about to hear is more gripping than any scripted TV courtroom drama. Not long ago, the notion that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni could clash head-to-head in such a vicious legal confrontation was nearly unimaginable. Blake was recognized for her graceful public image, her tight connection with supporters, and her unshakable marriage to Ryan Reynolds. Justin Baldoni, meanwhile, had built a name as a compassionate, innovative artist, noted for his charitable efforts and inspiring media ventures. Yet it all ignited with a revelation when Blake accused him of grave misconduct, claims so provocative they instantly drew intense attention. She launched a lawsuit seeking a staggering $250 million in damages, triggering an immediate uproar that engulfed tabloids, social platforms, and entertainment news channels everywhere. Anyone could tell this was no minor spat. It was a full-on attempt at holding Justin accountable for actions Blake swore were true. Let's face it, even for prominent stars, $250 million and $400 million are enormous numbers. But in today's Hollywood, reputations convert directly into endorsement deals, movie roles, and future income. One hit film or the absence of it can mean tens of millions of dollars earned or lost when you consider sponsorships, production firm profits, and possible residuals. The amount escalates fast, especially when defamation or coercion allegations enter the scene. At first, it seemed like Blake held the advantage. She was the first to speak out, and her backers, fervent and vocal, were certain that a figure of her caliber wouldn't chance the potential backlash unless she possessed ironclad proof. Justin, by contrast, was caught off guard, rushing to handle the media and facing outlets eager to boost Blake's perspective. But then his counterclaim landed, shifting the story abruptly. Fans were split between compassion for Blake and the chance that Justin might be the target of an unfair smear effort. Everyone pondered which side was being honest and how far would each push to prove it. Now, we've jumped to the hearing that rocked Tinseltown, a charged 90-minute clash where the stakes were immense and neither party hinted at retreating. Experts dubbed it the first true battlefield in a conflict that could drag on for years. The tension was palpable. From the instant the judge stepped in, Blake Lively arrived, appearing noticeably strained, flanked by her legal squad. Justin Baldoni, escorted by his skilled attorney, Brian Friedman, radiated calm assurance. Spectators said it felt like entering a boiling pot. Any tiny remark could spark an outburst right away. Blake's attorneys attempted to curb Friedman. They requested a gag order asserting his public statements, and media spots were skewing the potential jury pool and making it unfeasible for their team to secure a just chance. But the judge swiftly rejected that plea, citing the plain truth that Blake's own crew had been highly outspoken in media chats. This was the initial warning for Blake's defense. If they couldn't mute Justin's side, they'd have to confront public judgment directly. It was a setback they didn't anticipate, and they'd soon learn. It was just the start. With the gag order dismissed, Friedman seized the moment, advancing his edge. He unveiled a summary of evidence that featured text exchanges, recorded discussions, and even receipts suggesting alleged distortions in Blake's initial suit. While no definitive proof was openly shared during this early hearing, observers noted that Friedman's disclosures were sufficient to unsettle Blake's whole team. One by one, the judge unraveled the attempts Blake's side made to suppress Justin's claims or exclude Friedman from direct interrogation. The decisive blow that day, the judge decided that Blake did not get to choose who would quiz her during her Deposition, she'd have to face Friedman himself, the very figure her lawyers had labeled bold and erratic. By the time the session concluded, it was clear Blake had dropped this round. And it wasn't merely a minor technical hitch, it was a crippling strike to her entire legal plan. The courtroom might have cleared, but the true tempest was only just unleashing within moments of the hearing's close social media. Ignited Team Blake and Team Justin hashtags vied for top spots with fans on both sides analyzing every bit of info, yet a distinct change was emerging. Many users once solidly in Blake's camp began voicing doubts. Let's be frank, Blake. Lively has long basked in near unassailable favor from her standout roles to her expertly crafted persona as a down-to-earth star. She seldom encountered broad distrust. But now, in the aftermath of this legal rout, fractures were appearing in that spotless veneer. People started to wonder if she's so confident in her accusations. Why? Is she striving so much to evade direct questioning under oath? Commentators, vloggers, and entertainment writers pounced on this idea, theorizing that Blake might be concealing something, or dreading that her case would collapse under rigorous cross-examination. Speculation soared. Did she miss the proof she originally professed to hold? Was she pushed into filing the suit by some secret entity? Or were personal vendettas driving her charges? On the other hand, Justin Baldoni began to seem like the contender, who wouldn't be cowed by dramatic headlines. Many supporters united around his steady, unwavering style, especially after noticing the judge consistently side with him, while Justin had typically been more reserved. The public site he unveiled showcasing chosen evidence attracted huge visits and sparked talk about what might emerge next. He was also swift to note that if Blake could reach major outlets and speak openly, he merited the same liberty to present his side. This point struck a chord in an age where fair portrayal in the media counts. More and more people began viewing him as the one championing openness. You can't discuss Blake's decline without mentioning Ryan Reynolds. The two are famously regarded as a Hollywood power pair. Their joint fame and wealth rival some of the grandest names in showbiz. Yet under this fresh wave of courtroom defeats, Ryan finds himself in a tricky spot. If Justin ultimately triumphs, Blake and Ryan could face a $400 million ruling. That's a total that could outstrip their shared riches, effectively wiping out all they've created. Industry murmurs claim Ryan is desperate behind the scenes, reportedly pressing Blake to pursue a deal, or at least dial back the intensity of the legal fight. But so far, no hint suggests that Blake plans to retreat beyond cash. Ryan's pristine public image also teeters in the balance, known for his witty charm, charitable works, and brand partnerships. He risks being pulled into the mire if the controversy stains him by association. Already whispers say certain brand allies might be rethinking contracts with the duo if the adverse headlines persist. Nobody outside their close circle can confirm what happens behind shut doors, but guesses have spiked that the strain of these lawsuits is placing a massive load on their bond. The prospect of losing a huge slice of wealth along with public esteem would spark fierce stress in any partnership, let alone one endlessly under the media's magnifying lens, while Blake strives to shield her reputation. Justin is fearlessly taking the offensive. The site he launched vows a complete tale of events packed with legal papers, timeline details, and even rumored screenshots of exchanges per his attorney. Every drop of new content is crafted to combat falsehoods and show how his counterclaim is rooted in reality. So far, her legal squad has attempted to cast Justin's approach as cunning, arguing it's a scheme to taint potential jury groups. But ironically, they were the first to leak the tale to the press. Their protests may strike some watchers as two-faced, further cementing Justin's stance that he's merely balancing the scales with the chance of a deal looking faint. The next major step is depositions under oath. The illusions and media twists vanish both. Sides will have to tackle sharp queries with attorneys fiercely searching for gaps or hidden agendas. He's not off the hook either. Blake's lawyers will surely arrive equipped with their own hard-hitting questions, hunting any slip that could reinforce her claim of misconduct. However, the energy from the recent hearing has altered public outlook. More viewers now think Justin is ready to face the heat, whereas Blake seems increasingly keen to dodge it unless a deal or dismissal occurs. Everything is building toward a giant trial set for March 2026. By combining both lawsuits, Blake's $250 million case and Justin's $400 million counterclaim into a single matter, the judge guaranteed that every shocking charge will be fought under one roof. A trial of this scope could match the largest Hollywood court dramas of the past 10 years. Some insiders even hint that streaming services might compete for rights to craft a docuseries about the case, given its capacity for suspense. And star-filled mystery paparazzi will queue up before sunrise. Bloggers and mainstream outlets alike will analyze every witness's expression with tension. Rising, one might hope that calmer minds would push for an out-of-court deal after all. Neither celebrity gains from letting their private woes air for months, possibly years on end. But so far, pride, principle, or both appear to be thwarting any effort at peace. Still, some murmur that behind sealed doors attorneys for both sides have tried to propose the concept, especially on Ryan Reynolds' end, but these moves seem eclipsed by the personal hostility that has swelled to vast levels. At this point, the query on everyone's lips is, can Blake Lively rebound while her name still holds clout? The narrative is slipping from her, fueled by a surge of harsh headlines and a rapidly crumbling base. But with the public now sharply tuned to the lawsuit's turns, her every phrase will be examined for secret intent or conflict on the flip side. Justin Baldoni is no novice to using major channels to address weighty topics as he keeps gathering proof and winning these early legal clashes. His plan is evident: stay open, seem cooperative, and stress moral high ground. Pals near Blake suggest that she's feeling the heat more than ever between managing motherhood, public outings, and the relentless pace of legal turmoil. She's portrayed as drained and trapped. Yet her resolute nature might be precisely what keeps her battling this deadlock between firm belief and growing legal losses, is sparking a collapse that not only jeopardizes her wealth, but threatens to eclipse her legacy in Hollywood. The day's hearing has many convinced that, yes, losing a case of this size wouldn't just lead to a huge financial hit, it would be a PR disaster that could erase her appeal for years. For an actor, being tagged as someone who tried to twist or fabricate grave charges can be career-killing. Rarely do watchers discuss the inner anguish for Blake, used to loving fans and glowing press. This might be shattering her core identity. Public shame has pushed some stars to withdraw from the limelight forever. If the ordeal worsens, we can't dismiss an extended break or a total reinvention of her persona with March 2026. Nearing, each side is gearing up for the next stage. Legal costs keep stacking up at dizzying rates, and the public, though endlessly intrigued, grows tired of vague claims and rumor-fed updates. People yearn for clear answers. Scandals that linger too long often risk losing even the most avid viewers in an era where fresh controversies flood the web daily. Both sides risk losing the lead if they can't keep the audience hooked. That said, the massive sums involved virtually ensure steady interest from mainstream outlets if a deal were to. Politely said, it might include secret sums of cash, tight non-disclosure pacts, and possible public apologies. But both parties have proven themselves ready to brawl in public for fans wishing for a quick end. Each passing day makes it plainer that neither side is stepping back easily until a deal is formally declared. Though the looming trial date looms like a grim countdown to what could be the grandest Hollywood courtroom drama in decades. What we do know is this: no matter which route Blake picks, the immediate fallout from this courtroom loss looks grim. The once unassailable actress stands on shaky ground as Justin Baldoni's tireless approach and the judge's rulings keep tilting momentum to his side. If the trend persists, Blake may have to make the hardest choice of her life: keep fighting and risk more shame, or fold now and rescue what she can. This clash isn't just about cash, it's about trust, influence, and personal honor. With each gavel bang and every fresh piece of exclusive proof, the stakes climb higher, and in an industry that idolizes success tales while hungrily consuming downfall arcs, the pressure is truly on. Will Blake Lively find a way to rewrite the tale and prove her charges are valid, or is Justin Baldoni on course to claim a public and perhaps career-defining win, sending Blake into a spiral that no star power can shield against? As the saga continues to evolve, there's always more to uncover. Thanks for tuning in. Now, like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you're the first to know when more twists come to light.